Girl like you come to my life. I've been waiting for someone new. Y'all know nothing about that. Come into my life. Inequality in America. I watched a film recently on World Star where a young lady was passionate about talking about how her mother raised her, and she was single, her and her sister, and then she got married to another guy, and she went to school for dentist school, and she had two more daughters with this guy, and everything is what it is. It's happy time now because mothers struggled through so much adversity. So there's no inequality in America. Everything is even Steven. Look, when and America is the greatest country in the world. Most people who say that has never been to another country. They've never been out of America. Not to mention, none of us has been to every country. America's the only greatest country in the world because it's the only country you know. You might have went to Jamaica or something like that, or Kitts and Nevis or whatever. You might have, you went to Mexico, but you don't know every country in the world. America's the greatest country for black people, really? You've been to every country in Africa? Have you been to every country, period? The answer is no, you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Not every country held black people as slaves. There are some countries you can go to where they will not call you the N word. You just won't hear it, not unless it comes from another black person. You won't hear it. And I know this because I lived in one, Germany. You just don't hear it and don't say, oh, they're not saying it in your language. Listen, I learned Germany. I learned German language, the German language, Deutschland, Deutsch. I sprechen Sie Deutsch for a short time. Trust me, if somebody was calling you a bad name, you'd know it. So, when people say, go through all this passion, yeah, you guys, listen, all of us struggled through it with adversity, coming up. If you came up poor, or, this, that, and the third, yeah, schools are available. Nobody said that's not true. This isn't the apartheid. Okay, that's not what this is. We're not in South African times where the apartheid is a thing. But to say that there is no inequality in America is you're blind and you can't see. You need to wear some glasses like DMC. No, but you're not paying attention. To just say that you can't say that and look at the numbers of police shootings and killings. You can't say that and then look at the and start looking at real numbers where employment, unemployment, who makes more, the attrition rate, who's quicker to get fired. You can't. It just those numbers will not add up. They will not add up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about you take the same amount of people. I'm not saying you take 245 million white people that live in America to the 40 million black people, and you use those numbers. No, if you took 40 million white people, all even, middle class black, middle class white, poor black, poor white, if you took those numbers, you will find out very quickly that black people have been getting the short end of the stick for the longest time. I mean, you can't really say that and then look at Rosewood. You can't look at Black Wall Street back in Oklahoma and think that. You can't even look at today and go, Dylan Roof walked into a church and murdered 8 people, and they offered him Burger King when they arrested him. They arrested him like he stole a dog. Matter of fact, it would have been worse if he stole a dog. They arrested Dylan Roof like it was nothing. Hey, how you doing, Dylan? Yeah. Yeah, you had a bad day? Yeah, I know. You killed it. You killed 8 black people. I see you. But ah, Dylan. Gosh, gosh darn it, he did murder them. Yeah. I'm gonna have to take in. All right, hey, you want something to eat first? Yeah, we'll take it to Burger King. I mean, you can't really look at that when you look at. He just. It's just so many examples. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you start looking at black people killing black people, that's black people killing black people. Mexicans kill whites kill whites. You kill the people who you're close to, who live in your same area. You grew up with. It's just bound to happen. Disagreements happen and they spill over into murder. It happens all the time, not just with black people. You know, when a white person kills a white person, we don't go, well, what's up with white on white crime? You know, baby, 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 baby. You know, when these kids get to slaughtering their parents, look, if you don't know about this stuff, go watch Snapped and see how these rich kids just, you know, the Menendez brothers just slaughtered their parents and tried to get away with it. I mean, some of you people are so blind to the numbers, to the fact there is a great difference between black and white and how you're treated here in America. Your credit score, black farmers who were murdered just for their land. I mean, the history of America when it comes to black people is just straight up heinous. It is so criminal and so foul, it's unreal. You know, it's just unreal. You just wonder how enough of us live through it. But are there opportunities for us? Yes. Can you get off your butt and go do something? Listen, there have been successful black people even when slavery was at its height. There was Turner and all these other people who were doing stuff, you know, out here doing stuff. Heck, the first president of not the United States under the Constitution, but the United States was a black man, John Hayes, I believe his name was. So let's get off of this. Oh, America's the greatest place to be when you ain't been nowhere else. And or there is no inequality in America when slavery lasted 400 years. It's like I don't know what planet you guys are living on. I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I can't with you guys. You know, I can't with your reasoning. I mean, look what they did to the American Indians. Look at what they did to the Taino Indians. Their whole modus of if you go all the way back to Alexander the Great in 1447, look at what he did. And everywhere he conquered, he named every place Alexandria. Every single city was named Alexandria. I mean, just look at what Alexander the Great did, and then his children after him, you know. And if you look at the book of Deuteronomy, God will talk. God talks about who these people actually are. He talks about the white people who lived up in the mountains, and he talked about how they were so good at war. This is how they were able to conquer pretty much every one because they're the best at it. God made these. Listen, God made these people to fight, and they know how to destroy everything. That's why they kill everything. And you know, not all white people are the same, but the ones who are in charge. I mean, when you start looking at the Scythians and you start looking at the Scythians, Russians, and you start looking at the Jews that were, you know, the Jewish, excuse me, that were a warlike race. They're Russians, you know. Just you know, you start looking at them and look at what they did. They're warmongers. Why do you think America is always at war? We are always at. We're at war now. We love to go and show off our toys and go and blow up stuff. We're constantly at war. Why? If you think the American president is running things, you're out of your damn mind. So cut it out with America being so great and all this other stuff. America is, I mean, it is what it is. It was built on blood. You know? It was built on terrorizing people. It was built on indentured servitude. You know, but you're fooling yourself if you think that a black man is anywhere close to being even with a white man. Not now, and probably not ever until Jesus comes back. So when Jesus comes back, then maybe we got a chance. But as long as the white man controls America and pretty much the planet. And we're not talking about money either. Because if you're looking at that, then you're talking about China. But you best believe that, if we go to war with China, we'll wipe them off the map. America will wipe them off the map. Same with Russia. Russia will give us a lot harder fight though. But if all them Chinese happen to get over here and land on this soil, it'll be a hard fight. But nonetheless, America's weaponry. I mean, 560 billion on weaponry. If you spend that kind of money on helping each other out, it'd be a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what they want to do. And then don't look at the unemployment rate and then think, oh, the president did some big thing for the unemployment rate. You know why? Because the unemployment rate means nothing when nobody's going to work. What good is the unemployment rate now? What good is it? Blacks, we are the best unemployed for blacks. What good is it now? Black people are losing it, have lost their jobs all over the place. What good is the unemployment rate now? I'm just saying, watch what people brag on and then start looking at the reality of the day. Look at the reality the other day with police brutality. You just can't even fathom the things that they do is fair. You think Breonna Taylor was fair? You think Emmett Till was fair? I mean, you think what they did to Johnny Gammage was fair? And the list goes on and on and on. What they did to Johnny Gammage, I mean, come on. You don't know what they did to Johnny Gammage? Just look it up. There's a man killed in Pittsburgh, in Bloomfield, and the police killed him and got away with it. So stop it with America doesn't have inequality and everything is fair. Because when they start doing the same thing to white people like they're doing to us, you know, then you might have an argument, but they're not. They're not doing the same thing. They kill us in the most heinous ways. Not to mention, how many people just got hung within a couple months ago? How many black men got hung, and then they said it was a suicide? It was like 4 or 5 of them, right? 4 or 5 black men just got hung. Not even 2 months ago. Just hanging them. One of them was a kid. He was 24. They hung him in a school playground. Nah, shut up about this is all equal. It's not all equal. We are not all equal. I want to say another other thing about Black Lives Matter. I'm not a Black Lives Matter proponent. I don't think that Black lives matter to everyone. Uh, for some of you who are saying, you shouldn't say all lives matter, as it's counter to Black Lives Matter because they're not considering Black lives. What if they're saying all lives, then they're considering Black lives? Now, we don't need to differentiate between what race is what. We're saying, the people who are saying Black Lives Matter, I'm with it. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with the reality that, look, we matter. We're here. We matter. If your life matters, then ours should matter too. But we're being slaughtered like our lives don't matter. So I'm with that 100%. Hey, I matter. I'm a living human being. I matter too. But for the other people who are going, well, white lives matter, it's like, but are you getting slaughtered like we are? Did the white man take your babies and feed them to alligators? Did they enslave you and put you in man-sized bird cages and watch the birds, and insects eat you after you're left in a tree dead? Did they hang you for sport and then cut off your penis and then your fingers? Here's just a big difference. Did they ransack your whole city? In Oklahoma, Rosewood, and did they drop bombs on you like they did to the Move people? Did they do that? Because if they haven't done that, then we're not on equal playing fields. If did they get it? They got a whole tank and shot up a church. A whole tank. They brought a tank to kill those black people and kill those little girls. I mean, are they slaughtering your children? Because our children are being slaughtered. Our little girl, that girl in Detroit, she got slaughtered. They killed her and then blamed it on her uncle. Slaughtered. They took no responsibility for shooting that little girl. I mean, Tamir Rice, was that an adult? Tamir Rice was an adult, wasn't he? He was 13. That's a child. Okay, because you guys love to bring up who's a child and who's not when something happens to a white child. Hey, you guys love to bring up somebody's age when it comes to some little white kid. What up, though? But when it comes to a black person, oh, a child, it's legal for a child to go to a full jail. Y'all sent a 12-year-old boy to a full jail. And of course, what happened to him was just heinous. Oh, but it's okay because he committed murder because he was playing wrestling and jumped on a little 8-year-old girl and killed her. So he belongs in full jail. But when a white person does they skip jail. How about the white kid that took that girl and took her to the woods? Look, took the 14-year-old girl. He was 18. She was 14. Took her and tied her to a tree and raped her. He walked. No prison time whatsoever. But, white lives matter. See, there's just a big difference. Because if that was a black person, that person would have done, what, 25 to life? For raping a 14-year-old little girl? For raping a 14-year-old white girl? Oh, you can forget it. You can forget it. You guys are beating men up for even looking at, 12, 10. If you just happen to, I mean, you white women are going crazy if a man is at a park by himself. Heck, I was at the pool, a pool at the YMCA, the freaking YMCA. Everybody's allowed together. I'm outside in the pool area. There's moms, dads, kids everywhere. I come outside. This lady's looking at me, scarling like I don't belong there. I can't come out here because there's kids here. But I'm just sitting here on my phone, minding my business. But I look up and you're still snarling. And I can't go and slap the crap out of you like I want to because you're being a racist asshole. Because I'm not thinking about these kids. I'm outside to get some sun because I need a tan just like everybody else. But your mind is in the freaking gutter. You know what I'm saying? So you guys do this to people, especially men. They even do it around here. Even black women do the same thing around here. Oh, it's a single man. He's by himself. I ain't seeing with no woman. So, oh, he's going to do something to my kid. We ain't thinking about your damn kids. He ain't thinking about you. We ain't thinking about your kids. We don't care about you. We don't care about your rugrats. We don't want nothing to do with y'all. We just want to be left alone. But y'all can't do that because y'all have to have something. So cut it out with everything is equal. It's not. Everything is not equal. I live in a very unequal country. I know the inequality. I feel it every day. Even from my own people. My own people will casticize me in a heartbeat. So cut it out. I'm out. Oh yeah. What up, Steve?
I went to the barber shop.
Yeah, get the fresh cut.
I'm about to just walk in too. This is random. I got an